Hey.
Hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
We're on chapter 18 already.
Are we? I thought we were on chapter 19.
No. That's next week.
Is
it's
it?
18
Oh,
today.
18.
Yeah.
18.
You're bad at counting.
Yeah.
So welcome. This is American Unicorns, and
Hi.
I'm Hillary.
I'm Laura.
And we like to keep it weird.
Yeah. That's super true.
We don't even try. It just happens.
No, it just happens. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's always happening.
We're always unicorning.
We're always unicorning.
So our animal for this week, we're just going to dive right in.
Go in.
We're just
jump
gonna
in.
Jump
Jump
right
in.
So
Jump in the line.
This is our international cryptid. So, but I think you'll be able to actually help me with the pronunciations of this one because it's from France.
Ooh.
Voila. So this week we're going to be looking at the Beast of Gévaudan. I fucking hate you.
Give it to me.
No.
Give it to me. Gévaudan.
I'm cutting all this out.
Beast
Beast of Gévaudan.
Gévaudan. Gévaudan. Gévaudan.
Gévaudan.
Pot of Haute-Loire.
Is that where it is in
So
France?
here's where this is the secret to pronouncing French.
Okay.
Is you make your mouth look like this.
I don't want to
Make your mouth
pronounce. I don't care.
look like this.
So,
Voila.
the Beast of Gévaudan.
Gévaudan, oui. Oui.
Look at
Magnifique.
I'm improving.
Très bien.
Is the historical name associated with the man-eating gray wolf dog or wolf dog, which terrorized the former province of Gévaudan.
Gévaudan.
Which is modern day
Haute-Loire.
yes. there.
Haute-Loire.
In the what mountains?
Margerie mountain in south central France. Margerie. See, the other trick to French words is you don't pronounce the last half of the word.
I don't like French.
No, it's very
I prefer
confusing.
medieval Latin. So we're in south central France between 1764 and 1767. And descriptions of this beast vary. But generally, he was said to look like a wolf,
A dog.
but be about as big as a calf. It had a large dog-like...
a dire wolf.
Yeah.
Dogs.
A large dog-like head with small straight ears, a wide chest, and a large mouth, which expose very large teeth.
The better to eat you with, my dear, with some fromage.
Fromage blanc.
Oui. Voila.
The beast's fur was said to be red in color, but its back was streaked with black. So there's lots of conflicting reports. The beast was said to be quadruple the size of a horse.
What? But didn't you just say it was calf size, like a dire wolf?
Yes, but this is a different account.
Oh, everybody's got their own
Yes.
French story.
Yep. So these are some other accounts. What I said before is kind of like summary of all of the different things, like the few things people could like semi agree on. Other things that were reported was that he was quadruple the size of a horse, and it reminded witnesses of a bear, hyena, wolf, and panther all in one.
Jeez.
A bear, hy, wolf,
Doggy, monkey, bear, French.
It was said to have had a long wolf-like or pig-like snout lined with large teeth.
A beak?
a beak. The ears were small and round, lying close to the head. The neck was described as long and strong.
He got it going on. He's long and strong.
And bound to get the friction out.
Keep going. I'm going to start drawing this.
Sir makes a lot. Do we have to pay for that?
I hope not.
We're going to be sending royalties for yours.
We don't have any money.
The tail somewhat resembled the long tail of a panther, but was so thick and strong because my anaconda don't want none.
Don't want none.
That the beast used it as a weapon, knocking men and animals down.
Oh, nice.
Anyone who had been struck by the tail reported that it hit with considerable force.
Yikes.
The anaconda wanted some.
Got bones, huh?
The feet of the beast were reported in just like every which way. Some said that he had cloven hooves, or some said that each digit was tipped with a hoof. It's an animal of many hooves.
Hoof tips.
Others say that there were claws so heavy and thick and formidable that they just resembled hooves because they were so thick.
Jeez Louise.
So what I'm getting is this beast is built.
Yeah, this guy has been really focusing on neck and hoof day.
Never skip hoof day.
Never skip hoof day.
Friends don't let friends skip hoof day. Exactly.
Love it. I love our super muscular cryptids. Just, I love it.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
So, this kind of whole incident that happened in these three that Moshby, you're gonna make me do so much editing if you don't shut your cute little beak. You're not Moshby. So there was a series of attacks from 64 to 67, which covered an area stretching 90 by 80 kilometers, which is 56 by 50 miles.
Yeah.
All attacks were said to have been committed by a beast or beasts that had formidable teeth and immense tails, according to the eyewitnesses. Victims were often killed by having their throats torn out.
Oh my God! Ripped it out.
Escalated quickly. The Kingdom of France used a considerable amount of manpower and money to hunt the animal or animals, including the resources of several nobles, soldiers, civilians, and a number of royal huntsmen.
Oh, yeah.
The number of deaths differs from different sources. In one study done in 1987, it was estimated that there had been 210 attacks, resulting in 113 deaths and 49 injuries.
In 1987.
Yes, they did. They studied how many had happened. Yeah. 98 of the victims killed were partially eaten.
What?
However, other sources claimed it killed between 60 and 100 adults and children, as well as injuring more than 30. So all of these estimates are well over 100 people.
What?
Reign of terror.
Bonjour.
So I'm going to paint a little picture for you. So in France in 1764, things weren't great. The 7 Years' War had just ended a year earlier, and France had suffered
How long did it last?
9 years. They were really bad at naming. So France had suffered numerous defeats during the 7 Years' War at the hands of the British and the Prussians.
Oops.
King Louis XV had also lost the bulk of his country's overseas empire, including Canada.
Oh.
Bitter.
Oops.
The economic situation was horrible. The country was in complete disarray. And despite all of the horrible deaths, it kind of served as a perfect foe for the nation to like rally behind and try to like a cause that they could rally around getting the beast.
Right. It gave them a common enemy.
Exactly. It was a cloven hooved dog beast bear man.
Bonjour.
So in 1764, the Beast of Gévaudan carried out its first attack on a young woman who was tending to her cattle in a forest near...
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not easy. See, I'm not even trying these because she's just going to laugh at me.
Langogan?
Yes, Lengogan.
I don't know.
In the eastern part of Gévaudan, and she saw the beast coming at her. However, the bulls in the herd charged the beast, keeping it at bay. The bulls then drove it off after it attacked a second time. Shortly afterwards, the first official victim of the beast was recorded. It was 14-year-old Jane Boulet, who was killed near the village, near the town of Langogan, which is what we're calling that one now, apparently. Over France. Over the later months of 1764, more attacks were reported throughout the region. The populace was soon gripped with terror. Because the beast seemed to be preying on lone men, women, and children as they tended livestock in the forests around Gévaudan. And the reports were that the beast only seemed to target the victim's head or neck region. Death kill.
I mean,
death strike.
He was just a head guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what he's into.
Yeah. By late December of 1764, rumors had been circulating that there might be not just one, but a pair of beasts behind the killing, because there was such a high number of attacks in such a short period of time. And many had appeared to have been recorded and reported at the same time. Some contemporary accounts suggest that the creature had been seen with another such animal, while others thought the beast was with its young.
Oh. Baby wolf dog.
As the head counts began to rise.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, the neck counts. Local officials and aristocrats took action.
Wait a second. Hold up.
What?
Is this a wolf man?
Might be.
Carry on.
So local government officials and leaders began to kind of organize. At one point, the number of volunteers rose to 3,000 men.
Whoa.
They organized the men among military models, left poison bait, and even had some soldiers dressed as peasant women in the hopes of attracting the beast.
Oh my God, they were cross-dressing.
Yes.
That's how, and
you know what? They did. They were like, whatever. You know what? I don't care. They were going after the beast.
Let's go after this wolf
Kill
man.
the beast. All I just keep thinking is from Beauty and the Beast.
I keep thinking about the movie Teen Wolf. And I don't know why. Did this wolf man play basketball?
Perhaps.
All right.
So the reward for killing the beast eventually equaled a year's salary for a working man. So pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty good.
So in 1765, on January 12th of 1765, Jacques Portefeuille,
his name is Jacques,
and seven friends were out in a field with a herd of cattle when the beast attacked. Working together, they managed to scare it off with their pikes.
Oh, yeah!
I just have to say, I love a good use of a pike.
Yeah. I love a pike.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of pikes.
I love a good piking.
I mean, that's what it's about, right?
I
want to, like, you should get a pike.
I should get a pike. I'm going to leave right now and go buy a pike.
I feel like you just, like, walk around. You're like, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to take the dogs. And you take a pike with you. Guess what? Nobody's messing with you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God.
We need to bring
totally
pikes
get a pike.
back.
We're bringing pikes back.
So they managed to scare it off with their pikes.
Get some.
The encounter eventually came to the attention of Louis XV, who awarded them 300 livres.
Yes.
And another 350 livres to be shared among his companions.
Nice job,
The king
Jacques.
also directed that Jacques be educated at the state's expense. And then he decreed that the French state would help find and kill the beast. Kill the beast!
Kill the beast with a pike.
So now we're in 1765. The king's involved.
Oh, shit.
So it's really interesting because I think that this whole thing really kind of started to cause some problems in the region because not just only throat ripping, but a lot of the men were kind of unable to protect themselves and their women and
protect their ladies.
So it was causing some issues. And while some individuals had some success, they also had sex, but some success defending themselves, hunters had not been able to find and kill the beast. In February of 1765, a father and son team from Normandy announced that they would travel to Gévaudan to eliminate the beast. Jean-Charles, the father, boasted that he had already killed 1,200 wolves. That asshole.
Yeah, that guy sounds like kind of a douche.
And he assumed that the predator was a wolf. But he said that he wrote that it's much bigger than a wolf in some of his early reports, and that it had a snout somewhat like a calf's and very long hair, which seemed to indicate a hyena. No one knew what was going on.
They're just eating cheese and having a good time. They just want to live their lives.
Yes. So other witnesses claimed that the beast had supernatural abilities. They said that it could walk on its hind feet and its hide could repel bullets, and it had fire in his eyes. That seems like chronic dry eye. And it came back. Was able to come back from the dead.
That's
and
convenient.
it had happened more than once and had amazing leaping ability. I want somebody to say that about me. She had great leaping ability.
Yeah. That you're like, oh, huge puddle. Bye.
So over the next 4 months, the father-son team hunted for Eurasian wolves, believing them to be the beast. However, the attacks continued. They were replaced in June of 1765 by Francois Antony, the king's personal bearer.
Francois?
Bearer, Bearer, the keeper of the bears. And yeah.
That's an amazing job.
And lieutenant of the hunt. So on September 20th of 1765, Antony had killed his third large gray wolf. This wolf measured, it was 31 inches tall, 5'7" long. That's like my body long, and weighed 130 pounds.
But that's like a regular wolf.
Yeah. So the wolf was said to have been quite large for a wolf. Yeah. So Antony officially stated, quote, "We declare by the present report signed from our hand, we never saw a big wolf that could be compared to this one, which is why we estimate that this could be the fearsome beast that caused so much damage."
Let's kill it.
The animal was also identified further as the culprit by they had survivors of attacks come in, and they were able to recognize the scars on the animal's body that had been inflicted by the victims defending themselves.
Question.
Yeah.
When you're bitten by a werewolf, don't you become a werewolf?
Yeah.
So don't you think that the quote-unquote survivors were like, ha ha ha?
Yeah, I've seen that. Liars.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, that's it. Winky, winky.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they're out at night when the full moon turns, eating children. Good for them. Because these people, these French bear hunters or whatever, they're just running around and they're like, let's kill all the animals.
I don't like killing animals.
No.
It makes me sad.
It makes me sad too. And look at how sad Mosby is.
I know. He's devastated. He's never going to recover.
This Francois guy is a piece of shit.
Fuck you, Francois.
Yeah.
The wolf was stuffed and sent to Versailles, where Antony was received as a hero, receiving a large sum of money as well as titles and awards.
Yep.
Bunch of dicks.
Yeah, bunch of dicks. They're a bag of dicks. How dare you?
So 2 months later, after this happened, the attacks started up again.
What did I just say?
Yeah. Because everyone knows it takes 2 brief months to turn into a werewolf.
I love werewolf stories.
Yeah.
Because it's like the story of man. You know, the beast within you.
Man and wolf. Wolfman, if you will.
Wolfman, if you will.
So for another 18 months, something continued to stalk the village of Gévaudan with a reported 30 to 35 fatalities in that period.
This people, why are this? Well, I guess you have to keep going out and like dealing with your crops and whatnot.
The king, believing the beast had already been slain, offered no help. He's like, it's done. It's sitting in my bedroom.
Au revoir.
I don't understand how my decoration is still killing people.
A bientôt. Voila.
Dummies.
Oh, I don't know. I'd like to be in that part of France at any given time. It's covered in sunflower fields and wineries and lavender and France. And
France is covered in France.
It's France covered in France. It's near Italy, so there's pizza and France.
Tell us more about how much you love France.
I love it. It's beautiful.
So
it smells good.
So with no assistance coming from the king anymore, he was done. The locals took matters into their own hands.
That's a vigilante justice.
They took matters into their own pikes.
Yes.
And they were like, no, we can fucking do this. Like, these other losers are not familiar with the landscape and had trouble communicating with locals. And they're like, don't worry, we got this.
Versailles losers.
Yeah. So the killing of the creature that eventually marked the official end of the attacks was by a local hunter named Jean Chastiel, who shot it during a hunt organized by a local nobleman.
Shot it?
Yeah. Shot it.
With what?
I don't know. Oh, yes, I do know. We'll get there.
Oh!
Ready
Silver
for this?
bullet won't slow you down?
So he shot it on June 19th, 1767. Writers later introduced the idea that they shot the creature with a blessed silver bullet of his own manufacture.
Boom.
And upon being opened, the animal's stomach was shown to contain human remains.
Boom, boom, boom. He's a man-eater. Okay.
It's good. You should take it on tour. You
I
should
love
do that professionally.
This is like Werewolf Town. It's a French werewolf.
Yeah, but they're like not saying werewolf.
No, they don't want to say it.
They don't want to say it because then it makes it real.
I'm in love with a French wolf man.
A French wolf man.
Yeah. Wearing a beret.
Sounds hot. Eating a baguette. Or a leg.
Oh, maybe the leg was stuffed in the baguette.
Oh,
I don't know how to say leg in French, but I know how to say hat, and that is chapeau.
Nice.
You're welcome.
This has been French Corner.
Maybe that's why I have a Mosby hair in my mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was ripping people's throats out so he could get their chapeaus off. They would fall off their heads.
He was like, give me your fucking hats.
Give me your chapeau.
Villagers, lend me your hats.
Voila.
I think maybe the werewolf was actually the local hat maker. And he was trying to eat their hats so that they would have to keep buying more hats.
Charcuterie.
Yeah. Hatgate.
Voila.
It's going well.
Ouais.
So that was the official end of the attacks. And now we're going to break in real quick to let y'all know what our secret word is.
Secret, when you hear the secret worms. Worms. When you see the secret worm, run away, because it's probably a shockworm.
Yeah. So if you would like to win an American Unicorn's water bottle.
And that's winning.
Yeah. Everyone wins then. Keep
Everyone
you hydrated.
Wins. Yeah.
You know.
If you're running from a French werewolf, you need to be hydrated.
Yeah, exactly. So the first person to either tweet or direct message me on our Twitter at AMUnicorns, our secret word nightbat, that is, please send us the word nightbat. First person to do that will receive the water bottle, and I will contact you to get your information. Again, secret word, nightbat. not hawk.
No.
Or daybat.
Longtime listeners will recognize the term nightbat was a term that Hillary's husband Nick used
to describe a hawk.
Yeah.
So again, finally, one more time. Nightbat. Champion of the daybat. And now we're back into Frenchtown. We have a lot of like weird intermissions.
I'm fine with that.
So back to Gévaudan.
Oh, I wonder if you could get a silver pike made.
Yeah.
Ding.
I know what I'm getting at the Run Fair this year.
That has to exist.
Yeah, it does exist. There's like so many weapons makers at the Renaissance Festival.
Can you get like a pike made with like ornate like wolf things on it, and you'd be like, this is for the memory of the Gévaudan werewolf.
Probably,
but his honor.
I don't know if Nick would let me spend that money. I'm sure it could be done. But I just want a pike. I can go with that suit of armor in the loft.
Yeah. Agreed. And you always have a weapon ready.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love a good pike?
A monster.
Yeah. I realized the other day that my house is not very kid-friendly. I have a lot of bayonets just like around, and pikes and swords.
Well, we need to get them off the ground. You need some sort of racking or mount system.
Yeah, if only I knew somebody who could mount things.
Like a mount maker. I don't... Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think those exist.
Doesn't sound like a real job.
Yeah, I think that's something anyone could just do.
Sure. Like, it's not like you need a ton of experience.
No,
like,
you just
understanding material culture, like, handling valuable things.
No, you just decree it, and it is.
I hath done decree this pike to be floating like magics.
Exactly. Would you like to hear some of the theories?
Wolfman.
So, modern scholars believe that public hysteria at the time contributed to the widespread myths and legends that a supernatural beast roamed Gévaudan, but that the deaths were probably attributed to the work of a number of wolves or packs of wolves.
Do wolves, question, this is going to be a zoology corner, a wildlife biologist corner, do wolves tend to attack humans?
So, interestingly, funny you would say that.
It is funny.
So, a research paper published in 2016 by mammalologists.
That's a new one.
With the National Geographic Society.
Had
some interesting points. One, from 1764 to 1767, there were only a few wolf attacks on humans in Gévaudan.
Thank you very much.
The descriptions of several arbitrary selected and killed wolves were adapted so that they corresponded to the descriptions provided by the victims and the hunters of the beasts.
Interesting.
3. The numerous details about the size, appearance, behavior, and strength of the beast handed down by contemporary witnesses allowed one to identify the beast as a subadult male lion that had escaped from captivity.
What?
So that's what they kind of think it might have been.
Lions in France.
But like noblemen and kings and shit would like import all of these crazy animals.
Or how about my theory, which I just came up with?
Okay.
A crazy person, murderer, serial killer person, killed a wolf, wore its outfit,
yeah,
and then
you mean
ripped
its
people's throats out. Right?
Yeah. Could be.
And blamed it on the animals because serial killers existed then. We just didn't have TV to like pass on the information.
So yeah, people go back and forth about it. Most scholars believe, because they're not going to expand their mind to like a crazy man person.
Right.
Like Laura, they don't have Laura's mind.
No. Thank God.
That the most likely explanation is that it had a serious wolf infestation.
People be blaming wolves.
Yeah. And wolf attacks occurred throughout France during this period. It is estimated that wolf attacks caused as many as 9,000 fatalities across the country between the end of the 16th century and the beginning of the 19th. But that's like 300 years.
That seems like a high number, even for 300 years, because wolves generally do not behave that way.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, they're not going to attack people.
Yeah. And
what the H?
Yeah. It's like so what makes this series of attacks so memorable and stand out was their violence. Yeah. The higher than average fatalities.
See, and wolves aren't about, wolves are like trying to eat for food. They're not going to like be like, I'm going to rip your throat out because that seems like a vulnerable spot.
And then peace.
Right. A human might do that because they're messed up.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
Yes.
Or a werewolf.
So if this was some kind of undiscovered cryptozoological creature, or a wolf. I mean, this is if it's a creature, not if it's a werewolf. But it could be assumed that perhaps it was a mated pair or a small pack that had migrated hundreds of miles to reach France from some area where such creatures did have a history, or they were secretly or inadvertently transported there by humans. The other alternative would be to presume that these creatures had been living secretly in France since ancient times without making a splash on local folklore. But that doesn't really that's a long time to be undiscovered. But it could happen.
It could happen. Because that could be what happened to Bigfoot, right? That they were living in caves or whatever.
Yeah. It's also possible that it could have been a new bear species, a new big cat species. some sort of survival of a prehistoric European hyena or something even more exotic that could have been brought over, for the king or a noble that got out. There is, in fact, a type of animal that fits the core description exactly, but it's extinct. And it's unlikely that it would have survived in Europe, but it could have. This group of animal is called mesonycichlids. Yeah, I don't do prehistoric animals.
Is it Latin?
Perhaps. But it's a presumably extinct group of hoofed predators. Interestingly enough.
I love hoofs.
The biggest one looked much like a hyena and was the size of a horse. Other reports describe it as, so it was kind of in the Armenia, Assyria area.
Okay.
And
the Fertile Crescent.
Yes. And they were described in those areas around the year 800 and have been described as pig-like beasts that are vicious predators. But they have huge floppy ears instead of the beast's tiny round ears. But I think it's very interesting that a prehistoric creature fits that exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
also Wolfman.
Or our classic werewolf.
A classic werewolf.
I mean, usually it's the most simple explanation.
Correct. Or
which in this case is werewolf, not wolf.
Right. In this case, it's the Wolfman.
Yep. So that is the story of the Beast of Gévaudan.
Well, ouvrez les livres à la page 21.
Did you enjoy our trip to France?
Ouais.
I thought you'd like that.
Très bien.
Yep.
Ouais. Voilà.
So, thanks for hanging with us today.
Merci beaucoup.
Are you done?
Ouais.
I don't think she is. She doesn't have a I'm done face on right now.
Fromage.
Blanc. I just want cheese now.
Ouvrez la livre. Où est la bibliothèque?
I don't speak French.
Où
Something about libraries.
Oui.
That's because Spanish is biblioteca.
Bibliothèque.
Awesome. Well,
shout out to Provence. Shout out to Côte d'Azur. All my homies in Côte d'Azur. I'm sorry for mispronouncing everything.
I'm sorry for not trying to pronounce anything.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Cheese.
Baguettes. Bread. Carbs. Cheese.
Well,
thanks for hanging out with us today. Don't forget to send us our secret word so we can send you a
secret water bottle.
A secret water bottle.
And if you know any pike manufacturers, please send us a tweet on what that would be.
Yeah. If you are a pike manufacturer,
yeah,
please provide quotes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you enjoy us, please listen more and review and rate. 5 stars only. We don't want to hear the negative stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not really into self-improvement.
I just want to talk into this thing.
Well, thanks for hanging out and keep it weird, people.